But there are times where I like to stop and think about where the center was when I first started. As I mentioned, just this small lounge, temporarily in the Memorial Union, a small handful of students who were involved and invested in the community and helping us grow. I mean, we've come such a long way from those early days. And that's nice to kind of stop and reflect and see that, but then also see that we have more opportunities to grow as well.
Hello, and welcome to the Focus Friday series with the KU Alumni Association Student and Alumni Network. My name is Michaela Sandifer, and I serve as the Director of Inclusive Programs and Talent Development. I am excited to be your moderator for today's session titled Celebrating and Spreading Awareness for Military Family Month. As a reminder, Focus Fridays is a Student Alumni Network program series aimed at providing students with exposure to campus resources, community partners, through the voices of diverse leaders within our Jayhawk community. The Focus Friday series will continue to be offered virtually and will launch on each month's first and third Friday. Today, we are highlighting the Lieutenant General William K. Jones Military Affiliated Student Center, or MASC, that serves as KU's centralized resource for the military affiliated community, enabling KU students to achieve their academic, personal, and professional goals as they move to, through, and beyond the university. Also, this session will highlight support staff, resources, and services offered for military students and affiliated families at KU. Today, we are excited to have April Blackman-Strange, Director of MASC, with us. Welcome, April.
Hi, thank you for having me today.
April is the inaugural director of KU Military's Affiliated Student Center, which opened spring 2017. A military brat and a spouse with a master's in mass communications from Kansas State University, April has worked with the military and its family members throughout her career. April worked at Fort Riley for nearly a decade, including a public affairs community relations officer and as the founding director for the nonprofit United Service Organizations, Fort Riley, where she built a center and created programs for the military community. Prior to the Lawrence campus, April served as KU Medical Center's Community Engagement Communications Manager and led initiatives to make her campus more military friendly. We appreciate you joining us today.
Thanks. I'm happy to be here and talk about our center and services.
Awesome. We are so excited to learn more about Military Family Month, the Student Center, and the unique resources offered to students on campus. Well, to get us started, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and the center on KU's campus?
Sure. So you read my bio, so it's got a lot of information in there, but I was fortunate to be hired as the inaugural director of the center in March of 2016. And at that time, KU had a small lounge at the old Burge Union that had torn down about a month prior to me starting. And then we had a temporary lounge in the Kansas Memorial Union. So I really got to start from the ground up and help get the center here in Summerfield Hall open and that space going. So it's been a wonderful opportunity to do that. Now going on 6 years being here at KU at that. In terms of this center, as I mentioned, it's located in Summerfield Hall, room 345. It's a nearly 3,000 square foot center with a variety of spaces for students to use. We have a lounge that students with a military affiliation can access 24/7. There's a small break room during business hours. We have a couple of study rooms, a computer lab, and other spaces that students can take advantage of.
Awesome. Can you share with us a little bit more about some of the benefits for students to use the center and what makes it so unique or different from other universities?
Sure. So first and foremost, it's a community of folks with similar identities who are dedicated to their studies. We have a lot of students that use our space. We, in addition to the spaces that we provide, we offer opportunities for them to print their homework. For our commuter students, they can store their lunches in our break room refrigerator. We have lockers for our commuter students as well. We're also one of only 104 campuses nationwide to have a full-time VA career and vocational rehabilitation counselor in our space. That program is called VSOC, or the Vet Success on Campus program. We're also the customer service arm for students who are using their military tuition assistance or Veterans Affairs benefits as well.
Awesome. We like to hear anything that makes KU stand out, so that's exciting to hear, and especially the emphasis on the career support for students as they move through and progress during their time here at KU. Could you share with us a little bit more about some events and opportunities for students and alumni? So either things that have happened previously that have been really exciting, maybe some future opportunities for folks to engage in.
Of course. So we're wrapping up Veterans Day week this week, where we've had a series of events and activities in partnership with other units on campus. That's one of our feature weeks of the year. We also have two great organizations, the KU Student Veterans of America and the Veterans Alumni Network. After a couple of years of pandemic-related challenges, the SVA is getting back up and starting to offer events and activities again. And then, of course, the MASC and the SVA also partner with the Veterans Alumni Network for events like the Welcome Back meet and greet that we have every fall, an end-of-the-year graduation reception that we have at every spring, and then, of course, our annual Vets Day 5K, which is this Sunday.
Awesome. Excited to hear about all the fantastic opportunities for students and alumni to connect. Next, can you share with us a little bit more about the military affiliation and who is able and qualified to utilize services offered by MASC?
Thank you for that question. So we use the broader term military affiliated to be more inclusive of the population that we serve. So that includes our currently serving military, whether they are in the National Guard or reserves or on active duty, our prior service veterans, military spouses and dependents, ROTC students, and others who feel that they identify as military affiliated. And it's also important to know that while military affiliated students share a common bond through their connection to the military world, they hold other identities and have a variety of experiences that are unique to each individual.
Awesome. I think it's important that you all are looking at it from an inclusive lens and that you're really taking into consideration the importance of intersectionality and making sure that folks can see themselves from a myriad of different ways engaging with you in the center. So that's awesome. So can you talk to us about, I'm going to shift to something a little bit more personal, but maybe something, an exciting memory or something that really has stuck out for you in your time since being with the center?
Well, that's a good question. I can't say that I have one favorite memory, but there are times where I like to stop and think about where the center was when I first started. As I mentioned, just this small lounge temporarily in the Memorial Union, a small handful of students who were involved and invested in the community and helping us grow. I mean, we've come such a long way from those early days. And that's nice to kind of stop and reflect and see that, but then also see that we have more opportunities to grow as well.
Awesome. So thinking about the growth that you just kind of referenced, in what ways do you think the center's had to adapt and grow since the onset of the pandemic?
So one of the biggest changes we have now is offering virtual appointments outside of our normal business hours. This has been particularly helpful for the prospective students and incoming students that we work with, whether they're on active duty and can't necessarily chat with us during the workday, or there are family members that are, let's try to get everybody together so we can have those conversations. So I'm super happy that we were not only able to do that during the pandemic, but we're able to continue to offer that service as well.
Awesome. I think we can all relate to having to shift and pivot a little bit, but I think the result has been providing more opportunities for connection, whether or not folks can be together or online virtually like you and I. Okay, so thinking about, in that same vein again, about services and ways that you support students and families, MASC offers a variety of financial scholarships and emergency funds to qualified individuals. So can you share a little bit more with us about the financial support that you provide to students and how they can access that information?
Yes. So students can visit masc.ku.edu/scholarships and find a variety of scholarship information, both KU specific military affiliated scholarships that we have, and then also outside scholarships for the military affiliated community that we have found. KU specific wise, we offer a book scholarship for our current and former military members to help offset some of their book costs. And then each spring we offer a series of other scholarships for the military affiliated population that they can apply for. And those will open January, February timeframe, so students should definitely check those out. We also are a part of the KU Emergency Aid Network, which provides small grants to students experiencing unforeseen or unexpected emergencies. And students can go to help.ku.edu to learn more there.
Awesome. Looks like there are a number of ways for students to get support. And I know the student books were not cheap, so I would be taking advantage of that opportunity as well. Awesome. So in honor of November being Military Family Month, what are some ways that members of the KU community near and far can help support military families or the center?
Well, first, I want to recognize that the KU community as a whole has been very supportive of the military affiliated population. Everything from admissions to the Veterans Alumni Network to all the partners that we work with on campus. We're truly grateful for that. And not every higher education institution can say that. KU is also a large institution with many offices and services, and it can be difficult for students to know all the resources that are available to them. So we appreciate everyone who helps spread the word about the MASC, opportunities like this to speak with you. And then of course, everyone who helps connect the military affiliated students with our office and community.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad that we can be a conduit to help share more information with students and really help promote the work that's happening in this space. So this has been great. April, thank you so much for sharing more with us about Military Family Month and Lieutenant General William K. Jones Military Affiliated Student Center. We appreciate you and the work you're doing for the military and affiliated community and the impact that you're making for our KU students and alumni. As a reminder to everyone, we will launch Focus Friday sessions on the first and third Friday of each month, as each session will focus on a different topic, highlighting campus and community partners within our KU community. For more details about this session and future opportunities, you can find those on our website at kualumni.org/programs. Lastly, if you have questions about the Focus Friday series, please do not hesitate to reach out by emailing us at kualumni@kualumni.org. April, thank you again for joining us, and we will talk to you all at the next session. Thanks again, and rock chalk.
Thanks, Michaela.